Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Very good evening to all of you. I'm your friend Jatin Goyal. Welcome you all back to my channel Era Digi Cloud. I know it's Sunday today and you all will be in a rest mode, but let's get something out of our Sunday productive. So for me to make my Sunday productive, the biggest motivation is my CLP batch. So many thanks to them, due to which I am able to record the YouTube videos in front of you. And I am going to bring such more informative videos in the upcoming lectures. Okay. So why we are here today? Let me first of all give you a brief overview on that. So today I am going to record a video on creating and activating an AWS account. Okay. Now you're already aware about the agenda of our YouTube channel, why we have created our YouTube channel named Era Digi Cloud. One major point about our YouTube channel is to make you aware about this trending technology, this trending framework in the market known as cloud computing. Okay. So in our previous videos, we had talked about cloud computing overview, and I am going to shoot more videos on the cloud computing. So now I have chosen my cloud provider as AWS, and the first thing which will be required in order to start in AWS, that would be area of interest. Means you need to develop an interest in something if you want to start, if you want to continue your journey in that. Okay. Other than interest, now if I have to explore AWS services, I will need an account where I can start exploring AWS services. So today I will show you, I will teach you how to create and activate an AWS account. Let's quickly get started with this particular YouTube video. If you have not subscribed my channel yet, you can click on the subscribe button in this YouTube video so that you can get the notifications for such more informative videos which I am going to record in the upcoming days. Okay, now let's quickly move back to the AWS account creation. Okay, so first thing I am going to search on Google is for some official documentations available in AWS which can help me out in order to create and activate an AWS account. So if I'll type on internet, create and activate an AWS account, I will get the list of search items. Okay, and the one which I am going to refer, that is again an official documentation of the AWS only available in AWS repost. Okay, so if I'll go here, I can get an idea like how to create and activate a new AWS account. The first thing would be you have to open the AWS homepage. Okay. So open this AWS homepage in the new tab so that you can read the instructions and you can follow the instructions step by step together. Okay. Now, if you will see, like if you are doing it for the first time, you will get a pop-up called create an AWS account. Let's say if you have already started creating an AWS account and you had stopped that part in between, you will get an icon called complete sign up. Let me go back here. And I can choose a button called create a new AWS account from here again. The first thing is like you need to provide an email ID, like where you have to choose that which email ID you will use for your account creation. Okay. So whenever you create an AWS account, you create an account using the root user. Okay, so root user is a powerful user in the AWS, a user who has access to everything. Okay, so as I told you, I am going to talk about root user in my upcoming video. For now, just provide a fresh email ID you want to use for your account creation. Okay, I'm providing the one. You can also provide the email ID you can access. Okay, you should have an access to that email ID, like for the verification code. So this is an email ID I'm using. Now here you can provide your account name. This account name you can use for the basically an identifier in order to give an idea about your account. Okay, so let's say I'm just providing a name called Learning Cloud, or any name you can provide, it's your choice. It's just an identifier to your account. And I will say verify email address. Okay, now I will wait for the verification code on my email. And as soon as I'll get that, I'll type that verification code here. Okay, so you have to verify that code. And once you will get the code, click on verify. Okay, it will giving you that it's you, your email address has been successfully verified. Now you can choose a root user password. Okay, so how you can protect your root account other than email ID and a password? Is there any way to add some second layer of authentication? All these things we will discuss, but for now you can provide some strong password. So you know that like you can either use a strong password which Google Password Manager will suggest you, okay, or otherwise you can provide a password by your own. For this particular video, I am providing the password by my own. Okay, if you want to make use of a Google Password Manager, you can make use of that. Okay, just confirm your password. Okay, and then say continue step 1 of 5. Okay, so see, like you will get an error if you are providing a password which is not up to the mark. It is giving you an error at the top. This password is publicly known through a data set leaked from a third party. Okay, so intentionally I had put a password which was not strong to showcase you, to make you remember whenever you are typing the password, make your password strong. Okay, the first reason is it's a root user account which you are creating in AWS. Okay, so let me choose another password. So I'm providing a password which is strong, and this time I did not land into that error. Never save the password, so whenever you get this pop-up, click on never button. Okay, now contact information is it's want to choose how do you plan to use AWS. Are you going to use AWS for your business, for your organization, or are you going to use for your personal learning? Okay, so if you are a student, if you are an employee and you wish to explore AWS services for your own area of interest, choose a personal. Okay, here you can provide a full name. Let's say I'm providing a full name here. You can provide a phone number. You can choose a respective region you are in. I'm choosing India as my region. I'm providing the number. You can again choose a country from here. Okay. You can provide your address here. You can say I have read and agree to the terms of the customer agreement, and you can move to the next step. Okay, now here you have to type a credit or debit card number. Now don't worry about it. Okay, you don't be charged till the time you are not breaching the limit in the AWS services, and whenever you are creating an account, it will be a small reduction of 2 rupees for the verification purpose. Now it has already given you the list of the cards which you can use. Okay, you can always check here also. Accepted payment methods in AWS. Okay, if you type that again, you can refer another blog which is available on AWS repost. Okay, and here you can see what are the accepted payment methods available as per different zones. So now as I'm creating my account in India, you can see you can use a credit and debit cards issued by Visa, MasterCard, RuPay, or American Express. Okay, it is also giving you an option called net banking enabled bank account. Okay, so this second option is not using at the time of account creation, but you can use it later if you want to make some payment you have incurred in your AWS account. So for now, you have to use credit card and debit card. Okay, I will suggest you to use a debit card if at the time of payment you want to first of all verify it. Okay, with your OTPs, you don't want to have an auto debit like a credit card, and you don't want to get a bill generated in a credit card. Better use a debit card. Okay, so you can see what are the options for the debit card you can use. Okay, so I'm going back here, and I'm using a card which is available with me. Okay, I'm entering my details. And you can choose a billing address as your current address which you had provided. Okay, or you can choose a new address. Okay, you can also provide a PAN number PAN is a 10-digit alphanumeric number which is issued by the Indian Income Tax Department. Okay. So basically, if you want to go to the tax setting page and you want to provide your PAN details, okay, you can do that. Okay. I'm not doing it for this particular step. So I'm choosing no here. And I will move back to the next step. So it will be redirecting me to the bank page. Okay. Let's wait for the getting confirmation from the bank. Okay, so now it's asking me to confirm my identity. So it has accepted that details like I had provided. Sometimes I have seen that people get stuck to that particular page, although they are using the valid payment method, but still they get the error. And the resolution for that is, first of all, check, do you have to enable any setting in your internet banking account for the auto pay? Okay, check that. Okay, or otherwise, if you still have any challenge, you can always contact to your bank provider. You can give a call on a customer care number and you can basically tell them that this is something you want to do with your card. Do you have to make any settings to your internet banking? Okay, try with that. It's asking me how should we send the verification code, or how would you like to send the verification code? Okay, let's say I'm choosing a text message. Again, I'll just choose my country code, that is for India, and I'll provide the mobile number on which I am going to get the text message. Okay, I provide the number here. You have to say a security check, and then you can say send SMS. Okay, let me verify the code. I'll check my mobile for the message I've got from AWS and I will enter the verification code here. Okay, you can confirm your identity, primary purpose of account registration. You can choose a different option. I'm choosing for the personal use. Okay, if you want to use it for the academy, you can use academic. Okay, but if you're creating it for exploring the AWS services, choose a personal use. What's the ownership type? Okay, again, you can choose individual when you're creating for the personal. And finally, move back to the next step. Okay, so now, like when you're creating an AWS account, like AWS provides you different support plans and you can see an overview on these support plans. Okay, so I will create another video for the AWS support plans and what are the features available in each support plan. So my suggestion is to start with always use a basic support plan. Now at a high level, you can see like what you can get in the basic support plan. So it's recommended for new users just getting started with AWS. You are going to get a 24/7 self-service access to the AWS resources. For account and billing issues only, means remember here you are not going to get any technical support. So if you have any technical queries, basic plan is not for that. Okay, but yes, to start with, my strong recommendation is to go ahead with the basic support plan. Okay, and here you're going to get the access to the personal health dashboard and trusted advisor. So at a high level, personal health dashboard is something where you can configure if there would be some outages, there would be some events in AWS services, which is going to impact your account. You are going to get the details there. Okay, and trusted advisor is a service which will generate recommendation on various best practices. Okay, so for now, just simply click on complete sign up. And as soon as I will do that, you can see congratulations. Thank you for signing up for AWS. We are activating your account, which should only take a few minutes and you will receive an email when this is complete. Okay, so when your account activation would be completed, you are going to get an email on your registered email ID and then you can start using your AWS account. Okay, so once it will be done, you can go to the AWS management console. Okay, and you can give a try. Okay, let's say I'm giving a try. So we have to choose a root option. I'll go to next. I'll provide the password and I'll say sign in. Okay. So see, my account got activated in couple of minutes only. And this is the first landing page when you will log into your AWS account known as console home. And from here you can see this is the account name which I had provided at the time of account creation, which can act as account identifier for me. Okay, so for this video I will keep my discussion till here only. Stay connected for my upcoming videos where I am going to help you out more on AWS services and how you can start exploring different AWS services. Okay, thank you very much everyone for being a part of this particular YouTube video session. Okay, so stay connected, stay tuned, and I'm hoping to see you all in my upcoming videos. For any pointers, you can put your comment in the comment section, and whatever links I have referred for this particular video, I am also going to mention those links as a part of this YouTube video only. Thank you very much. Bye bye and take care everyone.